should be 20 fletching. We forgot to record 10 fletching, but it didn't matter that much. This unlocks willow wood boxes for us, which is nice for when we need to gather more logs. But it's a fast skill since we haven't banked. We're just gonna get to 50 to get to Arcadia, so we can cut our Arcadia logs to shafts, and then we're gonna cut and feather all the shafts for rune arrowhead tips, and we'll see if that's enough for 99. This should be 30 fletching. Which lets us make steel arrows, and it lets us make a teak wood box. And it also lets us cut willows into shafts, which is what we're going to be doing to level it up faster. We're just going to 50 until we get to Arcadias, and then we're going to cut all the logs into shafts for feathers, and then we're going to make all the headless arrows for my rune arrowhead tips, which we got 90, so we're going to make 941k feathered headless arrows, and then we'll see if we need to use any of these other arrowheads. There's 40 budget, which unlocks maple wood box for us, and we'll be able to cut maples into, let's check when we can cut them into shafts. So 45 we'll be able to cut maples into shafts, and then I think at 50 we could do Arcadias. Let's check. Yeah, 50. We can, actually, 45. So we'll be able to cut all of our Arcadias into shafts in 5 more levels. So we just got 51 fletching a little while ago. We missed 50, but it doesn't really matter. It unlocks maple bows, barb bolts, that and demon and Arcadia wood box. I just missed it, but we got 55 fletching, which unlocks maple shield bows, broadleaf bolts, and Zephyrim arrows in Demonheim. I'm not sure if Demonheim has good fletching XP rates, because we would be able to chop trees and make arrowheads with smithing, but it just would be annoying because we'd have to bring my main to clear the floor before this account could actually do any of the skilling. So we got 60 fletching, which unlocks arrows, which we're not going to make. Thargo, which is just arrow shafts, demon head, bolts, arrows, and wood box. So it's all pretty basic stuff. Just missed it, but there's 65 fletching, which unlocks U short bows and diamond tip advent. And this should be 70 fletching. For the branches of Darkmere, let's make U short bows, all the blisterwood stuff. It makes us make more arrow shafts from corpse thorns. What else? U wood box, which we're gonna make. All the wood boxes are super useful because we're gonna be doing fire making next, and we gotta bank the logs, so it should increase how much we get AFK by a lot. about to get 80 fletching. Right about now. And it unlocks magic short bows. The Bane bolts for all of the ritual Medroat items. And Gallo 59 shot arrow shafts and Demonheim. A Sentry bolt, which we won't be able to make for a long time because we need Slayer to fight the Ascension creatures. Sana's Fire Torch, which is good, a good item from Croesus, and Magic Woodbox, which we'll be making really soon. And this should be 81 fletching right about now. It unlocks Root Darts actually, and Gallo Shortbow and Demonheim. We won't be able to make darts until we do the Taurus Trap quest, which we have to start combat for because you have to kill an NPC in it. But it'll be one of the first quests we do when we start agility, because it'll give us a couple agility levels. So we just got 82 fletching, which lets cutting cuticles, which is the extinction minigame you get after the quest, and fungal bowstring, which I don't really know what that is. So, in 3 more fletches, or 3 more for now, will be 83. Which unlocks Sagol, which is, or Sagai, which is from the Judinkos area. I forget what it does, but it's something to do with the Judinkos, I believe. And long Kebbit tipped hunting bolts, which I don't think are used at all. And Gallo Trap and Demonheim. So, you know, a few fletches, we're gonna get 84 fletching. One more. There we go. 84 fletching. Which doesn't unlock anything, but we get closer to magic shield bows, which we'll be able to make if we can get some bowstring without getting crafting up, but we'll see. So here should be 85 fletching, and this set of bolts. One more. Which unlocks magic shield and all the skill descriptions for ports. So this should be 86 fletching. There we go. That unlocks Gallo longbow and Demonheim. I'm not sure what the difference between the longbow and the shortbow is in Demonheim. I think the longbow just has longer range and is slower. But we'll probably not use the longbows and just stick to the shortbows. So this should be 86 or 87 fletching, which unlocks bolas and upgraded bone blowpipe, which also needs 87 crafting. This is actually pretty good. You get it from the Dream of Aya pretty easily. I got it on my main iron after like 2 weeks, I think. It was really easy to make, and it's a tier 87 range weapon. But the bolas, they used to be used to snare people in PvP. I'm not sure they have many uses now, but apparently it's a ranged thrown weapon. But I don't think it does damage. I think it just snares stuff. So this is gonna be 88 fletching. Which another step closer to 99. We got 11 more levels. It also unlocks Gorgonite arrows, Ant Gallo staff, and Ant Gallo wand and Demonheim. Well, it's just the mage weapons, the tier 80s, and the tier 80 range ammo. So this should be 89 fletching. And 3 more. 1 more. 89 fletching. Which is Opal Bacterium bolts. I'm not sure if the Opal and Jade and all those have uses for the Bacterium bolts because of rubies and diamonds and dragonfire ones, but we'll see. So, in 3 more fletches, should be 90 fletches. Just 9 more levels to it's going by pretty quick. I probably started this maybe 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Now we're already at 90, so we should be 99 pretty quick. And 90 also unlocks dragon arrows, grave creeper arrow shafts, so I can make arrow shafts out of grave creeper logs. The tree shaking scrimshaw, which is actually pretty good. Gem finding scrimshaw, I don't think it's useful. Ascension bolts, elder shortbow, which is going to be useful. This is a tier 60 quick range weapon. The casket salvaging scrimshaw, energy gathering scrimshaw, which I think is still useful. The sapphire Bacterium bolts, and elderwood box, which would also be useful for when we want to bank logs. I just missed it, but we got 91 fletching, which lets us open star ancient effigies. It lets us make grave creeper shortbows Demonheim, which is the tier 91, and it lets us make jade Bacterium bolts. So it's gonna be 92 fletching. There we go. Which is halfway to 99 according to RuneScape. Because the XP to get 99 is literally halfway to 99 at 92. So it says 44% because we started the tracking at like 76 or something. But it's actually halfway because if you see the remainder and the current XP, it's about the same. So that just means we have to do all the XP we did already one more time. We unlocked magic stocks, Scrimshaw of Vampirism, which is really good, Scrimshaw of Elements, which I don't think has a use, Scrimshaw of Cruelty, which I think it just gives you bonus damage with range, Death Lotus Dart variants, Pearl Bacterium bolts, and Blackstone arrows. We missed it, but we got 93 fletching, which unlocks Nourished Ancient Effigies, Grave Creeper Traps in Demonheim, Bacterium bolts, which are really useful, and Emerald Bacterium bolts, which I don't know how useful those are. So this is going to be 94 fletching, which unlocks Dragon Crossbow, Magic Crossbow variants, and Red Topaz Bacterium bolts, which I don't know if they have a use, but I'll look into it. The Dragon Crossbow is not going to be useful until very later on in the account, because the quest to unlock Tormented Demons is locked behind a bunch of skills like Herblore and Slayer, so it'll be a long time till we get a Dragon Crossbow. So this should be 95 fletching. And one more. There we go. Which lets us make dragon darts, satiated H effigies, or lets us open those. The Scrimshaw of Attack, Scrimshaw of Magic, and Scrimshaw of Ranging. Elder's Shield Bow, which might be useful. Dark Arrows, Stalker Arrows, Ruby Mercurium Bolts, which are useful. Splintering Arrows, Death Spore Arrows, Din Arrows, which are the 83, or the 83, the God of War's Dungeon 3 arrows, which I would need to kill a lot of the bosses to actually get the stuff to make them. But I think that's the last major unlock until like past 99. So we only got 4 more levels. So not much of the grind left. We're gonna do crafting next. So coming up should be 96 fletching. And about 3 more. There we go. And it lets us make bamboo bundles, turtle traps, Grave Creeper longbow, diamond Mercurium bolts, and the Eldritch crossbow, which is a long shot for this account because he has to do 83. So coming up should be 97 fletching. I started a little too soon, but it doesn't matter anyways. So about 4 more fletches. 3, 4. There's 97. And it lets us open Gorged Ancient Effigies, which is the highest tier Ancient Effigy, and Dragonstone Mercurium bolts, which might be useful, but I'm not sure what you'd range with those. And this should be 98 fletching, which is the last level before getting to 99, so it's the longest level pretty much out of the way, besides the 110s or the 100 plus levels. We're really close. I'm probably gonna finish this in the next day or 2, but the grind's going quick. Oh, also we unlocked Grave Creeper Staff in Demonheim, Grave Creeper Wand in Demonheim, Onyx Mercurium bolts. They might out for some good GP, I don't know. So this is gonna be 99 fletching. Didn't get a pet, but it's a skill, so doesn't matter. Prometheum arrows, Demonheim, Hydrix Mercurium bolts, Pernix Quiver, and Skill Master, which just moved the Sinker. And here we're gonna buy the skill game. Let's put the head on. Skill game. There it is. Looks pretty alright. And let's do the emote. Right there. Let's come out here and do it so we can see it better. It just makes a bow. So our next skill is going to be crafting, which we're going to go turn on right now. I'm just going to be making a lot of urns and then cutting a lot of gems. We're going to unlock Invention on the way, and I'm going to just level that normally because it requires multiple skills to level. I'm not going to stop and get 99 in it. I'm just going to let me trade it while I do other skills. And that'll be my one exception for the account. Maybe I'll make an exception for HP and Necromancy, but we'll see. And here's the guide to unlock it. I'm gonna block experience specific skills and then click crafting.